As we all know that we had come in 2014 with a mental health policy. And after the mental health policy, there was an active consideration to change the laws related to mental health. Mental health care has gone a long way. If we talk about 1912, we had a Lunacy Act, which was more giving seclusion and custodial treatment to the patient. It was more coercive measures which was enunciated in that act. Later on in 1987, we came, which was the Mental Health Act of 1987, and in that it was institutional-based health delivery or mental health delivery. That was the basic framework on which it was working. But in course of time, it was also found that the mental health services needs change, and broadly because of that, we came out in 2014 with mental health policy. And now, when we are coming with mental health bill, which has been passed in 2016 August in the Rajya Sabha, has gone through a lot of consultations. First of all, we had a consultation at the regional level, and practically in the south, in the west, in the east, and in the northern part of the country, we arranged regional conferences where the stakeholders and the people working in the mental health sector, they were consulted. After that, we had a national consultation, and after national consultation, a bill was drafted, brought before the Committee of Secretaries, and after that, went through the cabinet, group of ministers, the cabinet, and last year it was brought into the Rajya Sabha and it was passed, and now it is here for consideration. So this bill has come after due consideration on various forums, and with due consultations, we are coming out with this bill. This bill is progressive in nature, and it is patient-centric. It empowers the patient for mental health care, and the focus is to give community treatment at the community level, not seclusion, but inclusion. The society should give an environment, a congenial environment, in which we should see that maximum health care is given, mental health care is given in the community and community-based. So the focus is on the community, and all the stakeholders who participate in the community mental health care, they are taken into consideration, and that is how the focus is there. And it gives the patient, empowers the patient for the rights, so that he is not denied or discriminated because of his illness. So it's a right-based, patient-centric, progressive bill, and it is community-focused bill which we are going. There's an international obligation also. We are the signatory to the United Nations Convention of Rights of Persons with Disabilities on October 1, 2007. So that is also one of the obligations which we have to fulfill, and we are going in this direction. The unique feature of this bill is that it has got the provision of advance directive. That means a person who is sane, who is absolutely all right, but there are chances that at any given point of time, in future, he may suffer some mental illness. So he can give the directive today that if mental illness happens, which type of treatment be given to me, who should take care of me, what type of facilities I would like to take, whether I would like to go into the institution-based services or community-based services. This advance directive we can give. This is the novel feature of this act which I would like to. It has got the provision of nominated representative. When a person is sane, he can nominate his representative who is going to take care and who is going to see to it all his personal rights and his treatment part, his financial aspects. All that has to be taken into consideration, so he can nominate his representative. It also gives rights to the mentally ill person as I said, that it is rights-based bill. So it gives right to access for mental health, community living, equality and no discrimination, and confidentiality. And he is also entitled for legal aid to make complaints about the deficiencies. And it can be done by his representative also. And right to all medical records. So the confidentiality is there, and he can also have the right to have the medical records. Here we have also given that the role of caregivers have also been recognized. Now when we say caregivers, caregivers are those who are community-based, serving the people. So the mental health authority or the state health authority or the district board will recognizes the role of the caregivers also. So in this bill we have taken care of that also. Mental illness, mental health care and determination of mental illness is defined. Previously the definition was very vague, so we have defined what do we mean by mental illness, and that provision has been provided in this so that we cannot, there were many cases where people were put into the institutions for other family reasons, and they were left there only to safeguard the patient. We have defined what is mental illness for which he is to be treated and for in which conditions he can be admitted into the institutions. That has been decided. Any involuntary admission will need the consent of the authority, that is the district level review board. Any surgeon or any mental health caregiver or any doctor has given a certificate that he should be admitted, then in such circumstances it is the board to decide whether involuntary admission has to be given to him or not. That is there. Then there is initially when a person used to be mentally ill, the decision of sterilization of the men or the women was considered by the caregiver or by the doctor. Now this sterilization part is restricted. You can't sterilize a patient who is suffering from mental illness just because he is mental ill. That is one part. The child and the mother, supposing the mother is insane or mentally ill, we used to see to it that the child is separated. Now according to this law, we cannot separate the child for 3 years. And if we do it, we need the support of the mental doctor or the certificate, and then also the right is theirs to take care about the child. That is how we to see to it that he stays with the mother. We cannot now, initially in coming times we see here also that mentally ill persons are chained. Now after passing of this act, you cannot chain a mentally ill person. So it prohibits whatever the reason may be, but he cannot be chained. The electroconvulsive therapy, that can be given only after giving anesthesia, and that too under the medical supervision and with the consent, otherwise it cannot be done. No psychosurgery can be done without informed consent. So for mental illness, psychosurgery cannot be done, and if it is to be done, it is to be done with the informed consent. One very important factor is that this mental health bill separates the attempt to suicide from the Indian Penal Code. So Indian Penal Code does not now invite the provisions of the IPC, because it is said that a person goes for a suicide under a great mental stress. So it is a mental illness in which it is going. So this is a very unique feature which has been added in this program. It has got in this bill. It has got provisions of penalty from 5,000 to 50,000, penalty for imprisonment, those who do not obey these laws. So these are the things, and punishment to individuals is also there. That is also, fine is also there, and imprisonment is also there. So we have tried to see to it that patient who is mentally ill is protected, it is right-based, whatever best possible support can be given, that can be given. No coercive method or methodology should be adopted on the patient. He has got the right for advance directive, to nominate its representative, to decide and choose which type of treatment he wants. His property and other things are protected. And accordingly, those who do not adhere to this, they are liable for penalty, and penalty is also in terms of financial penalty and in terms of imprisonment. I think this is a very progressive bill. After due consideration, for a long time we have come, and honourable members will throw light on it, and after the discussion will pass.
लोकसभा में आए हैं, हम सभी स्वागत करते हैं आपके तरफ से, और लंबी उम्र उनको दे और लंबे तक जिए और देश की सेवा करते रहे।